I have to check out my damn self because I've never seen those.
Ah,
Or maybe, or no, I think I've seen one, or at least you know how like when you're watching TV
right.
or whatever, or someone's watching TV and the movie's already on, you just kind of just like, yeah, I'll just finish it. I believe I could be wrong, but I believe I've watched like that much of. And we're talking about Hellboy, by the way, people. One of the Hellboy films, not sure which it was, but yeah, we're here now, and we're going to be talking about. Let me pop it up for you guys again. Aquarium of the Dead. It is connected to the last two films we did, which was the two zombie films, which I'm gonna come flat out and say that shit right now. Way better than this one right here. I didn't like this one. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I didn't like this one. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. Back to back movies, back to back episodes as far as horror with Sturd-O and Sturd-O-Vision. Same umbrella, I know, but of movies I did not like. We reviewed what did we review last night? Quick. It'll come to me in a minute. But we reviewed another zombie movie last night by Jim Jarmuth. Jim Jarmuth.
I wasn't here for that one.
No, it was for horror research, like my Thursday show. This movie right here, The Dead Don't Die.
Oh, The Dead Don't Die. That's a really weird one.
I did not like it.
It's different. It's very slow and very dry humored type of zombie film. Not for everybody.
What did you feel about it?
I didn't mind it. It was like a typical. It was definitely odd. The humor is definitely an odd humor.
Yeah,
It's one of those ones that you're either gonna like it or you're gonna hate it, and there's no real middle of it.
yeah. I just wasn't crazy about it. I think I gave it like a 3, and I don't know. It didn't feel like it felt like more. Like you said, it did have the dry humor with the comedy. It just didn't feel like a real like horror comedy for me. You know what I mean? Like I wish there was a lot more of the horror element in it, and there wasn't. But you know, then we got this, and I wasn't all right. I was not expecting this shit to be a masterpiece, people. Not at all.
Definitely not.
Not even close to that. But this was just so bad it was bad. I'm gonna tell you guys my rating right now. I'm giving it a 1 just to kick off the show, kick off the episode. We'll see where it goes from there. But Matt, how about yourself, man?
This one is definitely the bottom of the 3. I give it about a 4. It's very, like I said, the CGI didn't bother me or anything. It just felt like everything was rushed. Like they had to have we need to have a movie fast. Let's put out some quick, throw out some acting fast. And there wasn't really a lot of character development. There wasn't a lot of stuff that just happened. It's just all of a sudden, it's here, it's there, boom, you're done. Let's go to the next scene. It's like, what?
Yeah, I agree. There was that, and then there was like the fact of there wasn't a lot of stuff involving the animals with some cool kills, some fun kills, like in the last two. I mean, I know for some of them with the last two, they kind of took a few things out of it, but there was still a lot more to it, and you've seen a lot more of the animals that just were doing. It just seemed cooler. It seemed more. It was funnier. It was more entertaining. This one, like you said, it felt a lot rushed, a lot more rushed. Excuse me. It did feel like it was rushed. And I'm not gonna say that the acting was phenomenal in any of them, but this one by far I feel like had the worst acting. It just
like you could have had a lot more going on because you're in a big aquarium. You have a lot of cool animals to zombify. Like we got a cool we have a couple cool ones like the octopus is your main character, your main villain, pretty much.
The dolphin for a minute.
The dolphin. You had the walrus. You had the starfish, which was weird. But again, it was just there could have been a lot of better things to do. You could have had more people involved in it, and like some scenes that were outside, you could see a giant dumpster. Like you can easily climb over a dumpster, dive over the fence, and you're free.
And go, yeah.
No, they never did anything like that. They never did. They just kept going from room to room.
Pretty much, and what that's exactly what they did. Just room to room, room to room, room to room, and it was like, just I don't know, man. It
like the part where the sharks too. There's two sharks laying on the ground. The one guy that's got an axe, he could just walk over, boom, like club them, and just make sure they're both dead. versus, let's walk over them and, try to give you that little bit of suspense.
Mhm.
But he's got an axe. They're laying there. Just walk over and hack them.
He rarely that was the why did not he not use that axe for the longest freaking time? Like when him and the one guy were
Yeah.
walking around the aquarium and shit. And he he did nothing. He did nothing.
Hmm.
He was just sitting there carrying it because he got attacked, and the dude that was walking with him saved him with the axe. He was like, "I should be the one carrying this,"
Yeah.
and he probably should have been the one carrying because he did nothing with the axe. He was there up first. He seen the big ass crabs, and he's just staring at him. Oh, there's a big crab right there.
Hmm.
I'm like, "What the fuck? Crack it open with the axe, man."
Hmm.
Shit.
But
Grand, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. What were you saying on that?
yeah, I say like the storyline was again, it could have been so much better. Like I liked how they did tie in the
Yeah.
other movies to make it somehow a little cohesive. Like whatever's happening, the aquarium is happening now, and they did mention the zoo, saying
Hmm.
there's something happening at the zoo that could have been like down the road or how many feet away or whatever, and that's pretty much all happening at the same time. Okay, it's neat. So it kind of ties it in, but again, this one was definitely the weaker of the three.
They also with the zoo thing, yeah, like you're saying, they tied it in. They had the reanimation stuff, or lack of a better term, because they kept saying that they're reanimated throughout this whole movie.
Hmm.
Um, and they did, like I said, they did mention that they got something from the zoo, and the one guy was supposed to destroy it, and he never did. They just moved it to another room or whatever, which didn't really. I get that you move it to another room, but it doesn't really make sense of how it got tied in with the animals. Say if you put it in just, you know what I mean? If you got it away from them, whatever the case may be, they didn't really discuss that too much. It was just kind of like a brief
Yeah,
type of thing.
and
Just
how they got affected too. It was just they're there
yeah,
now. They're infected. Like the octopus is in the duct system. They could say it could be secreting its goo or whatever the fuck it is, and it's going into the tanks. But then nothing. That never really showed how they got infected.
at all.
Whereas the other movies, they kind of did because they knew it was airborne and it was going into the air, contaminating all the other animals.
For the one, and then they were putting it in the animals in the part. And that was in part two, right, where they were giving them the shots,
Yeah, they
right?
were
The
shocked.
tongue stuff?
The girl was
Horrifying.
injecting them to put them asleep so they can steal them.
Yeah. So, which in those two, you had something. With this, it was just like, okay, the stuff from the second movie, the stuff from the zoo, is here now,
Hmm.
but it like came in a container. It's still in the container, and we just moved it to another room. That's basically all they said about it. And then you see a needle later. That's
Well, they used it in the
gone.
octopus in the beginning. They thought it was like the
That's
epi,
right. That's right. That's
and they
right.
injected it in there.
But what? Yeah, they should have shown the octopus at least going, yeah, infecting the other animals, even if it's just going in other tanks and affecting them. And you know, what I mean, if that
Hmm.
infects them some one way or another, they just had it crawling around the ducks, like you're saying.
Hmm.
You seen it here and there, which was kind of cool, but still, it wasn't enough.
Right.
It wasn't enough, and it was kind of cool how they were showing the animals starting to attack the tank.
Hmm.
I wish they stayed more on that though, so you could kind of like seen it crack break, because you kind of just if they just showed them hitting it a couple times, and they should show the people running, then you go back and you just see the water pouring out. You know what I mean, with the glass and everything. Not even the glass, or just the water pouring out, and that was kind of it.
And they kept saying too how the glass was this super strong like acrylic
Acrylic
and all this other
yeah.
shit, laminated, whatever. But these little fish they're so strong to break it. That
Hmm.
makes no sense too. These little fish are not that strong. They don't have a really hard, bony, hard structure. They would run into the thing and just like go thud and then just fly away.
Yep.
They
And
wouldn't do that damage.
they wouldn't. They really wouldn't. And I'm just like, okay, so they're just. I know they have to make them escape, but it's
They
like
and they
find
got
a
and they gotta
way.
make them, trapped somehow too, but you could add something different. You could add like, like a terrorist attack where the guy put bombs somewhere lined up saying, "Hey, I'm gonna blow up this aquarium if you don't give me X amount of money." And of course they set up the explosives and they go off, boom, there goes your tanks. Okay. Now it's terrorists and the group had to band together to, escape the aquarium. They didn't really do that.
Yeah, or like some sort of poachers or something again, like the
Yeah.
last. Well, if you had to do that, or even maybe
Or
activists.
or they bought the glass cheap and
Yeah,
it had a
yeah.
structural
Actually,
integrity.
that would have worked perfect because they were talking about how they needed money for
Mhm.
everything but the structural integrity. Actually,
Yeah.
oh, we need money for this, we need money for that, and I'm like, that would have made the sense. That would have made sense,
Mhm.
and maybe to the point to where say this happens, it falls apart, not because of the animals, it falls apart wherever it gets flooded. That's how the medicine mixes in with the other animals because they
Right.
just moved it. They didn't destroy it. They just moved it. It mixes in with the water. It gets into them somehow. One way
Yeah,
or another.
it has some employee get all pissed off, he takes it and dumps it all in the water supply, and that's how it spreads through the system.
Yeah, either that or I mean, again, say because of the cheap, the cheap tanks, they fall apart.
Mhm.
Boom, the water floods. Boom, gets into the water supply like that as well. Either way, somehow gets into the water supply. Boom, then you have that. Then they're trapped, and you have something better, hopefully. But then again, I wish you had more people in it so you can have a few more kills. Like,
Yep.
because too many people survived
Mhm.
for this movie. What was it like? 10 people in it, and like half of them survived. Like 5 people. There was 5 survivors at the end.
No,
That's
there's
too
3.
many. There was the 2 chicks and the three
Yeah,
dudes.
and the dude. The blonde doctor, the main doctor, and the guy that was supposed to discard everything.
I could have sworn there was 2 more people.
Nope.
The
The other ones
blonde,
get killed.
the blonde. Oh, she got because she sacrificed herself later. That's right. Still, too many survivors with this movie. You sure? I swear I could have sworn there was a couple more. I could
No,
have sworn there
because
was like a few
because
more.
because the senator gets killed by the octopus. His secretary had the starfish on her.
I know
The
the
one
black
dude,
dude got killed by the
the
freaking
walrus,
walrus because
and
it
he
hit his
talked
favorite
about
animal.
how he liked walruses in the
That was
beginning
his
of the movie
favorite
too.
animal. He was talking
Yeah,
about because that's the conversation with the walrus and the mako shark fighting.
yep.
I'm like, why didn't we get that?
And
I
weird
would.
with Vivica A. Fox too, she jumps in all high and
Oh,
mighty with an axe to
that
jump
was
in, and
hilarious.
all of a sudden she's turned around and now she's falling backwards. When did that happen? Like, how did she get spun around? That did not make sense either.
It didn't make any sense because it was like somebody was calling for help, and it looked like she was legit about to help the person. Like she was like right up on whatever
Yeah,
the thing was that was attacking the person, and all of a sudden she was like 40 feet in the air and
yeah.
falls lands into. I'm like, what the hell?
Probably because they did 2 of those type in each of the other zombie movies. They had to have a third one like that. But you coulda did something. You coulda had her, jumping with the axe, going down. The octopus coulda smacked her, send her up in the air, turn around that way, then grab her. But
Something.
something, but we didn't get that.
No, no, we didn't. We just got a bunch of because it looked like it almost looked like they went with one idea and then
Yep,
like clipped it out, but didn't erase everything from it and change their mind. Because like you were saying, you see the thing like right, like say the thing's right here. Here's Vivica like going for it. Then all of a sudden, somehow she spun, twisted in the air
backwards,
like
yeah.
this, and this thing
She's
goes from
high in the
here
air.
to like way down here,
Yeah,
and she's just falling. And I'm like, what the fuck?
unless
How?
they had it originally and they cut that out
Yeah,
into
something,
something, but
something.
it's like, what are you doing?
It was, and I wanted to like this one.
Yeah,
I
you were
was so
excited.
excited. I was so excited. I was like, I can't wait for this one. I can't wait for this one. I know it's gonna be cheesy. I know it's gonna be bad, but this one, to me, it just it didn't do it. It did not do it, and I have no one to blame but myself. No, I'm not gonna blame myself. I'm not gonna take responsibility for that. This is one of those things you go through when you watch these type of movies. You know what I mean? I mean, 2 out of 3, and for this type of movie, honestly, the 2 out of 3 is not bad because I like 2 out of 3 of these movies. And shit for movies in general, 2 out of 3 in a trilogy is not bad.
No.
Even for like you know what I mean for like really good films, that is not bad at all. But I wish I liked the third one. I just wish, just because it's aquatic, it could have been so much more fun. Like aquatic horror can be so fun if it's done right. So fun. Could have some killer penguins in this. Oh, I'd love to see that. You see any movies like some killer penguins, Matt?
Killer penguins? I don't think so.
That needs to happen. They gave me just called Killer Penguins, and I'd watch. I'd watch it,
I would too. Yeah.
and I'd hope it's better than this Aquarium of the Dead. I was about to call it Aqua something. I was like, what is this called? Aquarium of the Dead. But I don't see myself watching this one again. The other two, I've seen them before, maybe one more time with the other two, but this one, I don't see myself watching this one again, unless I forgot I watched it. But nah. How about you?
Probably not for quite a long time. Like I
Not for
said, I
quite.
have it. I watched it the one time. And I was like, all right, it's not the greatest. And watching it this second time, I'm still going, yeah, it's still not the greatest.
Still not that.
So
Still not what you wanted it to be. Hey, listen, we tried.
we tried. We
We
tried.
tried. We saw and we conquered. But I will tell you what we have coming up next week, and then we'll discuss this movie a little more and just some random horror in general. But we are finally getting to the movie Lord of the Flies. Finally. I've never seen it, and it's been requested over on Horror Research 30, the Thursday show, but we're going to do it right over here on Sturd-O-Vision next week, and I'm excited. I'm excited. I know I've seen like variations of it with like The Simpsons and all that stuff, but I've never seen the actual movie, so it'll be cool to finally see it. I know you said you've seen it before, and you actually said you want to add it to your collection, your Blu-ray collection, right?
Yep.
That's cool. That's cool.
Someday.
Said Sunday?
Someday.
Oh, someday. I was like,
Yeah.
he's getting right on it quick. He ain't even
No.
playing. He's ready. He's ready.
It's not one I would, jump to grab like right off the bat. I could wait on that one to pick up. Someday I will pick it up though. And the one too from the 1930s. Because I want to see what that one looks like.
There's one from the 30s as well and the 60s?
Oh no, the one from the 60s and the one from the 90s. The one you just showed right there is from the 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's
Jaws 2. You get a legendary director. Yeah, we could definitely. Jaws 2 director passed away today, age 85.
Oh wow. Rest in peace.
Definitely rest in peace. And shit, Jaws 2 was a fun one.
I like Jaws 2.
That was the one when they got stuck out on the boats and stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that one was good. Actually, yeah, that one was, I like that one a lot, actually. That one and the first one are probably the only ones I really care for.
I like the third one too.
The big 3D.
The 3D, that's so bad 3D, the one they're in the water park, I liked it. The fourth one I did not like.
I didn't hate it, the 3D one. It's just the first two were just so much better. I'll say that. The first
the first two are the best. The first one's the best.
Of course.
And then of course the second one, you go from the best, you still get something good out of it.
You know what? You know what I'll say about the second one? You may even say some may say with the third one too, but the second one I feel like is more of a fun watch than the first. The first one is a way better movie. Second one's more of a fun watch for me. And for you, probably the third one, right?
Oh yeah, both of them, second and third one.
Second and third, yeah, because I don't really care for the third too much. I'll watch it, but it's like, eh.
And the fourth one was just a cash grab.
I don't even remember the fourth one.
It's when they go to the family goes to Florida or whatever it is, and the shark follows them.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit, man. Shit.
The whole revenge. The shark is on a revenge to get the family. I'm like, really?
That yeah. I'm like, how?
And I saw the fourth one in the theater too. And it has a completely different ending as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you've seen the fourth one, right?
I'm sure I haven't seen it in a long time, but yeah.
Well, you know the black guy that's with them, he's got the dreads and everything. Mm-hmm. He supposedly gets killed in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, in the original ending, he lives. They're all families all get together, and he's there with his wife. He's got all his stomach all bandaged up and everything, saying, we did it, we survived and everything. But he lived in the original ending.
In the theatrical one?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So I went to see that in theaters and just.
Yeah, I think my parents wanted to see it because it was the fourth. So
okay,
I went too because I was a kid. I'm like, ooh, a Jaws movie. I like Jaws. So
that's fair.
We all went to go see it, and it was eh.
I went movies the other day. I went to go see that Peter Pan. What was it? Peter Pan's
the
Neverland Nightmare or something like that.
How was that?
I had such a good fucking time with that movie, yo.
Nice. I don't know if it's such a me.
Fun. You're gonna have a blast with it once it comes out on streaming or whatever, or DVD, Blu-ray and stuff. You're gonna really enjoy it. Did you see the two Pooh movies?
Yep.
Blood and Honey 1 and 2? I liked it better than both of those. I thought Blood
Okay.
and Honey 2 was better, so I thought it was better than Blood and Honey 2. I'll say that. Just a good time. I'm not gonna spoil it. The gore, I'm not gonna talk about the story just because I don't want to spoil it. And it was one of those
No
limited
problem.
releases, so you know how that goes.
Yep.
But well worth the watch. And for you, because I know you're gonna get it anyway, well worth the collection. Well, like when it comes out, I'd say go grab it and check it out. Because
All right.
it was a good time.
Yeah, they're doing a whole Pooh-verse or a whole universe with Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan. They're coming out with a Bambi movie.
Yep.
Which I can't wait to see that one.
Same. I'm excited for that one. The Bambi. I'm excited for all of them, honestly, but that Bambi, yeah, bring it out. Bring it out. Cause it's one of those things, man. With these movies coming out, some people are saying like, oh, because of the childhood thing, but I'm like, listen, I wish this shit was coming out when we were kids.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I wish they were coming out when we were kids, and I was able to get my hands on them. I'll say that because I loved horror as kids, and then certain things just like, okay, it would be cool to see this, but now. I guess now as an adult, it's cooler because like with the stories and stuff, like with Pinocchio, or no, sorry, with Peter Pan and Neverland and the whole shit with the Lost Boys, you're like that's a little crazy. You think of it a little bit different. I'm not gonna say, you know what I mean. You know where I'm going with that. But then, like what it turns out to be with this movie, you're like, oh shit, they went real sinister with it, which is it's cool though. Like it's entertaining, it's gory. I had a good time. Like I said, it's fun. I had a really good time with it. Story could have been better, of course, but there's gonna be more. There's gonna be more to this universe. Like there's a whole universe of it. They call it the Pooh universe, and it just the Pooh-verse. I can't
the
wait.
Pooh-verse.
The freaking Pooh-verse, man. The Pooh-verse. Who would have thought we were gonna get that?
I know.
Who would have fucking thought? Like, all right, well we're here, and for anybody watching, Grandize, are you included? And Matt, just real quick, because this isn't gonna be a super long episode tonight, but have a little fun conversation of what anime, like it could be Disney, it could be whatever, but cartoon would you like to see live action or whatever, but like a horror version of that?
Oh wow.
We'll go with live action.
I would like to see an Inhumanoids live action movie.
Ooh.
Do you remember that cartoon?
Inhumanoids?
Yeah. That was a dark 80s cartoon. They're giant monsters that one is like a devil, the other one is a tentacled creature, and the other one's like a skeleton type thing. And they're trying to take over, and they have these people that are trying to save the earth, and they're trying to battle these giant monsters. And in the cartoon, there's one scene where the giant skeleton creature touches a girl with his fingernail and morphs her into this giant grotesque zombie. It's fucking weird as an 80s cartoon. I love it.
Wow.
Like you could just make a whole like trilogy like of each monster. You can do like because there was Tendril was the giant green tentacled monster. Decompose was the skeleton one. And I think it was Maglor was the lava demon guy. And Humanoids was, I love it. I have a bootleg of the cartoon because the DVDs are out of print. And it was a very short-lived series. Check it out on YouTube.
This right here? That's kind of hard to see.
With the hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Inhumanoids.
I think that'd be an awesome live action. You can even make it into a giant movie. Have each one make an appearance and they all get together and they have to fight them all.
Mm-hmm.
You can make
Let me think about that. That's a good one. I've never seen that before, so I'm gonna have to go check this out.
Check it out. It's fucking weird, and it's dark too. Like I said, people get turned into zombies, and the way it looks, they look freaky. As if you're a kid in the 80s, you see this, you're like, oh my god. Spiral Zone's another good one. Yeah. It's post-apocalyptic. I think what was it? A disease goes around and turns people into almost zombie-like people, and the bad guys are these half human, half cyborg beings. So you could have a whole mixture of that too, because Spiral Zone would be sick.
Oops.
Or you can even do like Jason the Wheel Warriors. You ever see that cartoon? There are people like in outer space trying to find I think a planet to live on and try to find his father. And these aliens are like plant-like brains that have vehicles with like buzz saws and like clubs and monster teeth, and they're driving along, and these other people have their own cars that shoot laser beams and shit. It's fucking cool. The intro
Wow.
has got an awesome 80s rock theme.
There's Spiral Zone. No, I've never seen that.
Oh,
I've never
yeah.
seen any of those.
I used to watch a lot of cartoons as a kid.
But we gotta remember there's a little age gap between us too,
Yeah.
though.
Yep.
But not even trying to be funny this time. Talking my shit. But for me, I'm gonna say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay, you could do like a Killer Turtles mutant one.
That being darker can be real creepy and scary. That's one. Let me think of another one. That's a little more. I'm trying to think. Oh, I got gargoyles.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one.
Gargoyles would be an all because you already have like the dark gothic theme. Now you make that darker, you know what I mean, to make it horror with all that other stuff. And they did have a little bit of kind of killing ish with it in quotes, I guess you didn't say, but gargoyles I think would be an awesome one.
Definitely.
Ulysses 31.
Yeah, that was a cool one. That's another space odyssey type cartoon.
Okay.
It's got like a weird anime, 80s anime to it.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm just like, what would be some fun ones that they could do that, you know? And then of course, if you dive into Disney, Goofy. Yeah,
you could do like a Brave Star cartoon turned into a horror film, where it takes place in the Wild West, and you have humanoid cows and horses, and you got the bad guys, and they're all fighting each other. But I don't think Brave Star would work too much.
Yeah, I think Gargoyles would be like that was my best one though.
Yeah, Gargoyles would be pretty cool. You could turn that easily into a cool horror film.
Again, you already have the dark gothic theme. Yes, if they were to do it, I would say yes. Even if he's not playing the person who's playing the gargoyle, if he has to be doing the voice. He has to be doing the voice at the very least. And yeah, because that'd be so awesome. That'd be so awesome and so fun. So awesome and so fun. Gargoyles. Shit, I might have to go watch that. I might have to go put that on again. It's one of those cartoons though. You could just you kick your feet up, you throw it on. It's kind of like Batman from back in the day. You just kind of throw it on. Batman the animated series or Batman Beyond.
That'd be a horrible Brave Star. The strength of a chicken, eyes of a mole. So it'd be like all weak, blind, and slow.
Yeah, but if you get taken out by that, that's
there's something wrong with you if you get taken out by that.
Like, come on now, man. You didn't even move. All you have to do is take 2 steps forward, and that slow ass blind thing was just gonna go right down the hill.
They could be all like stoners or druggies. They're all or drunks. Just all discombobulated. Hey, dude, you want to smoke or drink or something? He walks up to this blind chicken turtle dude, and he's like, no. He drains them by. Visionaries was cool. They had like holograms on their chests, and they had like different animals and whatnot. They were like knights of weird, and that was neat.
All right, I'm not gonna say a cartoon, but I'm gonna say Sesame Street and Teletubbies and shit like that.
Oh God,
that would be wild. Because the Teletubbies, they had that fucking thing on their stomach. If that lights up, like say if it lights up, right, or when the TV thing, whatever it was on their stomach that turns on, say it turns on, and whoever it shows on their stomach is who they have to go and try to kill.
Well, they did do a Banana Splits horror movie, so you never know.
They did, and I seen it.
Yeah,
they did.
I have it.
I believe you. I want more cheesy horror movies like that. Just the fun stuff, though, or just like a really good gore fest. But with those, it's always fun. I'm telling you, Listen, if you guys can see Peter Pan when it comes out, like when it comes out to streaming, because again, it was only like a 2 or 3 day limited release, which I didn't find out it was coming out till
Writers.
earlier this week, like Tuesday, because it was playing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Tuesday is when I found out around like 5 o'clock. And mind you, it was playing at 7 and 7:45 at two different theaters. So I was like, "Fuck, man!" I was like, "I just gonna have to go tomorrow." But oh man, Dino Riders. That sounds familiar. Street Sharks.
Yes, Street Sharks.
Street Sharks, Biker Mice from Mars. Yes, that can be a horror movie. It'd be a horror, more of a horror comedy, but that can work.
What was that one cartoon? The one that the guy turns into a car when he gets like cold or hot. Oh Jesus! They could turn that into a killer car movie.
Transformers. I mean, that could be one, but
No, this one's what was it called?
Turbo Tech.
Turbo Teen.
Turbo Teen.
Yes, you could do Turbo Teen. Like, I had this kid that's all pissed off. He's mad. He's anger, and he's got rage. Gets evolved into a car accident, or gets his body's put into like this new technology of a car. Now he turns into a killer car.
That could work. Did you see the movie 65 with Adam Driver?
No,
I did not see that.
I heard it was okay.
I'm gonna have to Turbo Teen. That looks like it's on YouTube. I'm gonna have to check that out. I've never seen that. I've never heard of that before. Came out in 1984. I was born in 1985. Listen, I've seen stuff older than me, but there's just certain things that didn't stick around long enough. I guess it wasn't on the radar, unfortunately.
You could turn a Jabberjaws into a horror film where the group is actually being attacked by the shark.
Oh man.
There's so many different possibilities.
There
You
is.
know what? And if they do turn them into horror films, it will not bother me at all. I welcome it. Bring any kind of my childhood into a horror film. I'll watch my old shit anyway. When I watch the kid, and then I'll watch the new one and do a comparison. Be like, okay, they did this, they did that. Yeah,
okay, yeah, they tied that in.
That doesn't bother me at all.
No. My only thing is like I do want them to like do better. Like when they do those movies, I want them to make them like, yes, have fun with them, do the cool kills and all that stuff. But I want them to do better with the story of them. You know what I mean? As far as the horror story of them, because I just want a cool story with it. Like it'd be cool to have a cool movie with a cool story with it. Doesn't have to be the greatest.
Mm-hmm. There's so many things they could tap into, but of course, licensing is the issue.
Dinosaurs. Remember the show Dinosaurs with the talking dinosaurs and shit? Imagine that.
Oh yeah.
Which, I mean, the way it ended is pretty damn scary and sad, but but I mean, like that move. Imagine that being a horror movie. It could be something.
The baby, the baby dinosaur is doing knock the mama, hitting the guy in the head.
Bashing people in the head.
There's a movie called Bad Milo. The baby creature looks like the baby from Dinosaurs.
Bad Milo.
He's a he's a tumor that lives in this guy's ass, and he's just so the guy gets so stressed and everything. He develops this creature, and it comes to life and jumps out of his asshole and goes after the people that gets him like upset or anything. So he goes after his boss. It goes after a bunch of other people. It was pretty good for a small little creature feature.
This?
Yeah, the one in the red. Yep.
That man. How the hell did you find? Like, I know it's one of the things where movies find us, but that I just have to ask.
I think I just saw it on the shelf one day. I'm going, what is this? All right, let's pick it up. It's got one of the Wilsons in it. I think it was Luke Wilson, or not Owen, but
yeah,
he plays the main guy who he gets all stressed out, and then all of a sudden his tumor comes to life and comes out of his ass and starts attacking people.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna have to add that to the list.
I
I
think
have
that'll be a good one for Sturd-O-Vision.
That's perfect for Sturd-O-Vision. Basket Case is a fun movie.
Yep.
That I did see.
Do you see the sequels?
Yeah, because it's like 3 total, right?
Yep, there's 3 Basket
Yeah.
Case movies.
Yeah. Okay. So we're building up a couple more movies just because maybe we'll do 1 or 2 more because so we have Lord of the Flies next, then Bad Milo, and then maybe we'll think of 1 or 2 more in between. And after that, we'll dive in. Well, I'm gonna be doing the rest of the movie.
Keep pushing back the Sharknadoes.
I'm not gonna push it. No. I'm saying maybe like 1 or 2 more with you on here, and then after that, Sharknado. Or you know what? No, you know what? After Bad Milo, Sharknado. When you're back after the wrestling movie that we're gonna be doing on the 31st, then Sharknado. So sometime in February we'll be doing Sharknado. I'm not excited about it.
Oh yes, that's a very good post-apocalyptic. It had some really good animation to it too. Like they had the cool creatures and the
Thundar the Barbarian.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic movie. I was thinking, because you said that Thundercats and He-Man. Just because that just clicked, that just like boop boop, those will work. Oh man, we need these. We may not need them, but we want them. We want them, and someone should make them. But with that said, Sir Sturdy and the Creature Feature are gonna wrap this one up. Grandizer, thank you for conversating with us. Had a great time. This movie was rough though tonight. For me, this movie was
they're
bad.
not going to be all good ones.
Not at all. But you know what it is though? You know what it is you find like when you dig deep in these crates, and I know we're gonna dig deeper and deeper and deeper, and we're gonna get some worse, but we're gonna get some gems. I know we're gonna get some gems. We're gonna be diving all over the place. Sturd-O-Vision is not gonna be. It's gonna be mostly horror, but we're gonna be doing some of those kung fu movies with the you know what I mean though, the ones with the bad dubbing, the bad dub, those type of films, and some other fun films. Most it's gonna be horror, weird, kung fu movies like that, and all over the place. But yeah, hopefully we get better than this one. But make sure you guys go check out the Creature Feature Teacher over on his YouTube channel.
Yep, you and your horror movies. Yep.
You and your horror movies. And
I can post some videos. I haven't done a video in a while.
I'll be back on actually tomorrow on Popcorn and Pints. We are finally back on Popcorn and Pints. Finally. And we are kicking it off with the two. We're doing the whole Bond franchise. So we're kicking it off with Dr. No and From the Love of Russia or something like that. The first 2 Bond films from 62 and 63.
You guys should do the we know I just thought of another cool little franchise we could do on Sturd-O-Vision.
I'm listening.
I was listening because I saw the dinosaurs and it popped in my head. Did you ever see the Carnosaur movies?
No.
Carnosaur 1, 2, and 3. Then there's a movie called Raptor, and another one called Eden Formula with Candyman himself, Tony Todd's in it. It's all dinosaur films, and they're all kind of related. But the Carnosaur films are all 90s low-budget practical effects, killer raptor, dinosaur T-Rexes and shit.
I mean, you probably own. Send me the movie covers of them when you give me a chance.
Yep.
Of course, he has those movies, and what he's gonna do, people, and this is what's gonna get him the middle finger, probably a double one, maybe even a video again, is he's going to. He's not gonna just go Google these movies and just send me them like in one picture. No, he's gonna go get his movies, pull them out of his shelf, grab one by one, and send me a picture one by one with a big ass smile on his face. Just because, just to rub it in my face that he has these movies.
I'm actually gonna do that after we get off the air, and I'll start sending some pictures. Like, here's part 1, here's part 2, here's part 3.
But I guess it's the thing we do, man. I guess it's the thing we do.
Carnosaur would be a sick, fun show to watch.
Here and there we do interviews here and there, but I do them more so of like when we do get them with the indie, we do more so of like a review / interview instead of just like a straight up interview because it's a better conversation like that. I like having those conversations, and you get like how they really feel about the movie. You know what I mean? And you get some things that was going on during the movie, to in better reasons why they're doing it, why they did certain shots, or why they made certain choices the way they did it. But those may come back down the road. And if they do, I will keep you all informed. But again, make sure you guys go check out you and your horror movies, and come right over here. Check out Horror Research 30. Check out Popcorn and Pints. Check out the Scene Snobs, Three Geeks podcast, Troy Hill Talks, Stories from a Bar, and there's so many more. Listen, have a great night. And this is a great time. This is definitely a great time. Just not a great movie, but that happens. That happens. I mean, it's art. You're not gonna love it all. But everyone have an amazing night. I'll see you in your nightmares. Peace.